small group, in a small company, in a community, or the whole nation. Everything is teamwork. So learn to be a follower, a good team member, and then you can aspire to be the team leader and maybe a leader of a large organization. So teamwork is very, very critical. And I would like to leave a buzzword with you. Why? Because this buzzword is very important. People say that IQ is important, intelligent quotient. I would say that EQ is more important than you study, whether you contribute in a small group, in a small company, in a community, or the whole nation. Everything is teamwork. So learn to be a good team member, and then you can aspire to be the team leader and maybe a leader of a large organization. So teamwork is very, very critical. And I would like to leave a buzzword with you. Why? Because this buzzword is very important. People say that IQ is important, intelligent quotient. I would say that EQ is more important than principal, faculty, I should say proud parents who are here, and of course the graduating students here. A warm good morning from me. It's an absolute privilege for me to stand here at Cpat. I say a privilege because I recognize that I am not in front of the students. I'm actually standing in front of the future of the Indian industry. It's a privilege for me to actually stand here, be here, present and talk to you. When I was invited to be the chief guest, I was given some background about what Cpat has been, what the curriculum that you young students have gone through. And I also spoke to your principal at some length to understand, how students learn here. I also come from an educational institution, where the attempt is to become better for faculty, researchers, students, everyone. And I was told that your program, is not just theory. It's a combination of theory and practice, a sandwich course, and I was intrigued by that word. Right? You undergo two stints of industrial training and exposure, which I think very few colleges formally do in India, even engineering students. So I realize that you are not just freshers. You probably have grease under your fingernails. You probably scarred with solder marks from practice that you must have done on the shop floor. Most graduating students have only ink on their fingernails. You have much more. And I think that's a great great way of learning and becoming practical and relevant to the world. Right? You are also graduating from an institution that's backed by a tedious plan. I don't know whether you appreciate enough what that means to the external world. When you go out in the industry or for higher studies or for anything for that matter, and you have the the Cpat TVs brand behind you. Your calling card is already talking about it. It talks about this, the discipline, the ethics, the clarity of thinking that your education system is giving you. And I think you should be proud of that. Today is a day for you to celebrate. Right? There's been a lot of hard work for I don't know how many years, 3, 4, 5 years. Right? But as you go through this day of celebration, I would also suggest that pause and reflect a while to see if there's something else that we can we can refresh our thinking to as we face the world. And I would give you 3 or 4 tips that I have picked up over my life over the last 4 decades after being a graduate. First of all, aim to be a better version of yourself. In your career, you'll see that life is competition. Competition to get into exams, get into institutions, get a job, everything there is competition. But please be clear, your competition should be with yourself, individual. Everybody is running an individual race. Become a better version of yourself. If you improve 1% of yourself in every aspect or some aspect, let's say every month, in 10 years' time you will be a world champion. Keep that in mind. This is a race that you run for yourself. A second point I would say, you would think that today is a great day of graduation, I've done my hard work, I've done my exam. Congratulations, 100% passing is great. Even in IIT we recognize how great that is. Right? But your learning has just started. Be an eternal learner, forever student. It's not that learning is over today. So I would urge that each of you should become a learner for life and not just close your books today. Basically, learning happens not through just books or exams or tests or contests or whatever. Learning happens by conversations. Figure out how you learn. You can learn from movies. However bad the social media is, you can even learn from social media. Learn from mentors. There are various ways to learn. And learning should be an eternal quest. I hope you will practice that for life. A third thing I would like to leave behind with you. All success is teamwork. However good you are individually in anything, life is a game of teamwork.